is the sink that we got. A Kohler Bryant. And it wasn't very expensive. And this is the faucet, a Kohler Adderley. Okay, today is going to be the quick replacement of an old bathroom sink. It's about a 19-inch by 16-inch oval with a single control faucet, and we're going to replace this with a porcelain Kohler sink of the same dimensions and a hot cold lever faucet with a high arc spout to it. So it's going to be much nicer than the existing sink. This is a very simple faucet to install. You can see it has the cold side pipe marked, and the cold generally goes to the right side like that. But first we have this gasket that goes with the faucet, and the gasket's kind of a nice gasket. They've gotten better over the years. Many gaskets really don't do a good job of keeping the water out from flowing down through the holes in the sink for the faucet. And what they have here is the gasket, or the faucet, fits down over. Now, why am I not getting a good focus here? Let me check this out. Okay, that's a much better focus. So they have gotten better over the years with these gaskets. You see here how it has that rim on it. See over on the side edge there. So the gasket has a rubber edge that goes down onto the sink deck, and the faucet fits over this lip here. And so the new style of deck plate gasket does a much better job of keeping water from going down under the sink. So we will put the gasket on like that. And you see how the gasket fits up into the body of the faucet. See there, that rim goes up inside, and that will help prevent water from leaking down through the holes on the sink deck. Alright, so then we have these two screws here, or nuts here, that are for the pipes on the back side. So let me just swing this around, and we're going to put one here. And we'll just run these on up. Put the other one on. Okay, so we're putting this other one on here. Okay. Then let's position the faucet here. So I like to push them back, and it kind of centers them. If you just push back on it, it will kind of self-center on the sink. And then you finish tightening your nuts all the way in on the underside of the faucet. And there you go. So we have the faucet is installed. Very simple. Now, this faucet is easy because there's no lever for it. You see, there's no hole in the back for a lever drain stop. Try to do this one-handed. Alright. So we take the nut off the bottom of the tailpipe here for the sink drain. And we gotta pull out, we gotta remove the cone washer here. This one is going to go up under the sink, and the thin washer here, that is going to go up under the drain of the sink, and it will seal up here. Now, I really hate doing things one-handed, but it's the kind of operation I've got here. Okay, so you can see the washer is up there, and now we're going to just drop it on down into the hole. Okay, so then let me grab this other piece here and flip the sink around. Okay, now I'm holding it in with my knee, and we're going to put the washer on like this and push it on down there, and it will create a seal. You see how there are no threads in the tailpipe where it is going to be sealing against the sink, and that is a big improvement over how the sink manufacturers used to do it, where the threads went all the way up and they were prone to leaking at that point. Okay, so the other thing that makes this easy is that okay, I have to hold this for a second and tighten it with two hands. Okay, so we have this tightened all the way up, and it's sealed now. And then we have the fin washer is under the sink. You can unscrew that, and you can kind of see the sink there. But okay, let's screw this back down, and so what you have here is a sink that is, that's how you stop it. You just push down on the sink stopper and it seals up. Okay, so some people will like it, some people won't like it. What's nice is that you don't have a stopper that's going to catch hair and stuff. Of course, this thing here, you see the three pieces in there, that's going to catch hair, but nothing's perfect. So to clean it, you would pull this and go in with a pair of tweezers and pull hair, whatever it takes to get the hair out of that. But it's easier to get to it than a rod with a stopper on it. So anyway, there is what the sink looks like, and the faucet has a swivel spout on it, so that's real handy. Okay, so I'm going to go grab some tools now, and we will start removing the old sink. Hang on. Turn off the water supply. We've got the cold water here, and you've got the hot water over on the other side. Then you've got 4 screws up top under the sink. So if you look up under there, you'll see those screws, and basically just pull the screw tip out of your multi-screwdriver and screw them. tips back into my screwdriver. Okay. Alright, these are the two main tools we're going to use to remove the sink. We have a utility knife and a 2.5 inch, maybe 3 inch painter's scraper. And so all we're going to do is just put the knife in the edge here and push in firmly and cut. And you want to make sure you cut through the caulk as best you can, because you don't want to be prying up with too much force on the Formica or whatever countertop you have, because the caulk that is holding the sink down in place can pull your countertop material out, which would not be a good thing. And I'm kind of in a tight spot over here, so it might be a little hard to cut away this stuff, but once you get most of it cut away, it will lift out. Okay, so we're doing that. Okay, we're going to continue using the utility knife to cut the caulk under the rim of the sink. Be very careful when you are using this, because you can be pulling the knife blade and then it will suddenly let loose and you cannot react fast enough to stop from cutting yourself with that blade. Right now I'm using the 3-inch scraper blade to just kind of slide under the rim and get some lift on it to take pressure off where I'm cutting with caulk. And you do want to be gentle with it, because you don't want to lift up too much too hard and cause the caulk to rip up a piece of the surface like tile or Formica, something else. But see, I have two hands on the utility blade there, and for me, I find that having two hands on the blade kind of locks them together, so that even if it does break loose and jerks forward, it won't slip and have anything to cut into. And so you just give that utility blade some respect. So we're just about to get this sink separated from the countertop. Okay, I think we got it here. Okay, our hot valve is not sealed. Okay, so in this circumstance, the hot valve will not stop leaking, so I'm just going to shut off the main water valve. Alright, the main water valve is off now. So let's go back down under here. So we are going to remove these old riser hoses. These are 15 or 20 years old anyway. Yeah. Undo the nut here at the top of the waste. We don't have to worry about water coming out of there because it's up high. Okay, let's lift the sink out. And there it goes. Okay, and just lift this out of here real quick. And I am going to get rid of it. Alright, let's see if that works. So we need to undo this. Sounds like a woman. Hello?
Do you want a chicken bake or something?
Oh.
They're limited. They don't sell that San Alright, so they're just selling like the chicken bake, pizza, hot dog. It looks like they got the mocha smoothie freezy thingy back.
Yeah, well, that'd be all liquid by the time you got home. But
I can get one.
yeah.
You want a chicken bake?
Oh, I guess.
You want any soda?
No, that's all right.
Any pizza? We got pizza better than here, huh?
Yeah, we got plenty of pizzas.
Alright, I'll just get a chicken bake for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that'll work. Okay, now back to this. And once again, we are in a lovely tight location. Okay. Good Lord. This is the valve that went bad on us. It's usually the hot water valve that goes bad. And you see inside the crunched up washer. And that is what usually happens to the hot water side. Let's see if I can open this. Okay, so if you look inside, you can see the washer is all crunched up. Okay, so anyway, usually it's the hot water side because it's got the hot water going through it and it just shortens the life of rubber. Alright. Alright, here we go. After wasting a whole bunch of time, I found this, which is the same valve, just in better shape, sitting in a storage bin out in the shop. Okay, so that should do it. All right, now let's clean this up real quick, get it ready for the new sink. So we just take our 3-inch scraper and get rid of the old caulk in here. Okay. So over here is the only bad part. Got a little bit of a break in the mica top here. See this here, little bit of break there. So I'm gonna hit that with clear silicone, and that will hold it. So here we go. We have okay, clear silicone, the advanced formula. So you got to make sure that it is dry when we're going to apply this. So here we go. Okay, so I don't really care if I have a lot in there because I'd rather have too much than too little to patch this part. Okay, and we wipe it up some bath tissues real quick. And there you go. So we are going to just make sure that our nuts back here are tight. Need to be incredibly tight. Okay, and then let's make sure that this one's tight. Okay. All right, we are tight. So let's put our two hoses on. Okay, these are our two new hoses, and they just go on right like that. Of course, we do it one-handed, which makes it very difficult again. Okay, there you go. There's one, and there goes number two. Okay, and then I'll just use my wrench here and tighten them up. These don't have to be incredibly tight because they have a rubber washer on them, which works very nicely to seal them. Okay, that's all you need for that. Okay, so now we're just about done with all the stuff here. Let's clean off the rim here a little bit. Okay. Let's grab some silicone. Okay, got to squeeze out a little bit of the silicone caulk to get some clear separation out of it. And now we'll load her up. Right on the rim. All right, we are ready to set the sink in. Almost forgot the nut for the drain. Okay, got to make sure to slip that on the tailpipe off the sink before you put it back together. Okay, and you can look down there and see that you put it in there, and set the sink on down. Okay, and then you just start squeeging away at the caulk. I should have put on gloves for this, but at this point, I just want to get done. I'm using my finger to squeegee caulk into the rim of the sink, and it looks like a mess, but it's not that bad. Now I'm going to use the 3-inch scraper blade to take up a lot of the excess pretty fast, and you can see that it works pretty well. And then we'll use paper towels to clean up. See, that's why I usually use gloves, because I accidentally put my hand right down into my pile. And you got to remember, if you are doing something and you set something down, your brain is kind of programmed to put things at certain distances. So whenever you do things, it always ends up being right in the same spot. Okay, and then paper towels are your friend. Okay, so I'm done with my scraper. So I'll put that with the tools, and then we just keep wiping and wiping and wiping until it is clean. Okay, I'm going to add a little more silicone caulk to the rim of the sink because there was a little bit of a void there. And so I'm going to use my finger to just kind of squeegee it in and clean it around. And then we'll use some more paper towels and keep cleaning. Right now I'm going to grab the top of the caulk tube, and I use that as kind of a rounded edge scraper to clean up the rest of the caulk. Okay, these are the final steps. We have our nut and washer for the tailpipe, and that just tightens down. See, we didn't even have to take the P-trap apart. It just pulled up on the sink, and then in a minute. Okay, so put the cold water hose on the cold water valve, and I need 2 hands again. Okay, we're going to try and tighten in the cold water valve. It's a tight location, so I kind of have to hunch myself in there under the sink. You can read the text. We're doing the hot water hose now. Okay, now got my small adjustable wrench and going to tighten down the threaded end of it. And remember, these pipes have a rubber gasket in them, so you don't have to tighten them down a lot. The rubber will make the seal for you. Okay, the risers are all tight now. Let's turn on the hot and cold valves and then run back downstairs, turn on the main water, and see if we get leaks. So what do we got here? Good, no leaks. Always a good thing. And there's the hot, there's the cold. That's how you stop the sink. You just push down on the stopper, and that's how you open the sink. Push down again. But yeah. Much better than the old one.